gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tnek127 and welcome back to another Skyforge PlayStation 4 video. And in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys the meat and potatoes you have been asking for. And that is Skyforge for the PlayStation 4 any good? Now I want to throw a big disclaimer up here right now. This video is not a review. I repeat, it is not a review. This is a first impressions video. I haven't got far enough into the game to make a review. I'm simply 3/4 through the main campaign, so I'm only have enough knowledge to do a first impressions video. I haven't got to experience end game rating and stuff like that, the true meat and potatoes of the game. I haven't even got to experience yet. Most MMOs should be judged on they're like end game content and stuff, and where the game's going to go from there. That's where it's going to be expanded on. So that's the stuff I need to know before I make a review. So just so you guys know, this is just a first impressions video. There's not going to be any score or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you guys what I like, what I don't like, how if I feel the game's pay to win and all that good stuff. And keep in mind, guys, this video is not sponsored or supported by Skyforge devs, Atlas team, my.com in any way, shape, or form. So guess what? This is all raw, all my opinion. If you think I'm sucking up to the devs, that's fine, great for you. But guess what, baby? This first impressions video is all me. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. We're going to talk about it now. The first thing I want to address is probably the thing people want to know most. Is Skyforge pay to win? Is there anything in here that I don't agree with? Now, is Skyforge pay to win? No, to my opinion. Absolutely not. Reason being is because simple. The paid currency in the game you can earn by playing the game, and the in-game currency in the game you can earn by playing the game. You get login bonuses every day. The paid currency of the game is called Argents. There are people who play for this game that pay for their premium subscription on it every month by just playing the game. And I have talked to numerous PC players and console players even that have already started that process after just 7 days of playing the game. Me, for example, I've only bought the early access for Skyforge PlayStation 4. I already have over, I want to say, 30-40 days worth of premium subscription built up, and I haven't spent a dime. I haven't spent a dime on the game besides the early access and the Argents I bought to get outfits, but that wasn't used for my subscription. They also offer a free like 3-day pass in the store sometimes for people just to grab as a bonus and a thank you for logging in and participating and stuff like that. So for a lot of this, the game pays for itself. However, there is one thing I disagree with. There's a certain currency in the game called knowledge of enemies, and it basically works like experience points. You can use that to level yourself up, boost your prestige and everything. It upgrades part of your capital, which is what raises your character's power. The fact that you can buy knowledge of enemies with Argents, and Argents is the purchasable currency in the game, that's wrong to me. You should not be able to buy knowledge of enemies with Argents. That's just my personal opinion. You guys can take that how you want it. That is the only thing I see that will send Skyforge a little bit on the pay-to-win side. But then again, like I said, you're handed free Argents every day on this game. Every single day that you log in, you're given some Argents, or at least to my experience. Every day that I've logged in these past 7 days I've played this game, I've been given Argents in some way, shape, or form. Now that's just that's just my opinion. You guys can take that or leave that. I don't think knowledge of enemies should be purchased with Argents. That's the only pay to win concern or aspect that I have with this game. But like I said, it's their development model and everything. I'm not going to stress about that. Let's talk more about the game. Now the game, to my opinion, to break it down and make it simple, I compare it to 3 games: Final Fantasy XIV, Destiny, and Phantasy Star Online 2. Now when I compare it to 14, it's simply because the game is very mechanic heavy. And when I say mechanic heavy, I mean how 14, it's just not tank and spank. It's strategic dungeons. You have to teamwork. You have to coordinate. The raiding, requires different mechanics, strategies, working around a boss and stuff like that. It's just not, build yourself as strong as you can, tank and spank, destroy everything and move on about your day. No, raiding in here, dungeons in here, all that requires team coordination, dodging, and stuff like that, which brings me to another negative point that bothers me about the game. The fact that there's so much teamwork, coordination, and everything needed, and the fact that this game has no form of text chat as an MMO is complete bullshit, and the developers need to change that. I don't know why this game was built without text chat. We all saw, how that worked with Elder Scrolls Online. People could not stand it, and by the time they added text chat to the game, it was too late. No one even cared about using it anymore. Everyone got used to using voice. Text chat needs to be needs to be in an MMO. The fact that I run out into an open world and I can't even ask the people around me, you know, where this specific enemy is I'm looking for without sending them a PlayStation message is nonsense. This game needs to have text chat implemented to it as soon as possible. That's my honest opinion. I know some people prefer voice. Some people like party chats, Discord, and stuff like that, but some people just like to type. Me personally, I prefer to plug in a keyboard to my PS4 and type away, you know, for when I need some LFG, whether, you know, I'm asking about a quest, whatever the case may be. When I raid and stuff like that, sure, headphones go on, focus time, baby, but if I'm just, you know, out in the open world, why? And speaking of that, we're going to get on to my next topic. A lot of people wonder, you know, is Skyforge open world or is it instant space? Here's the cool thing about Skyforge, and this is why I say it works like Phantasy Star Online too. Skyforge is both. It has open world areas where you go out, do quests, you know, join, you know, the whole open world, have world bosses and all that stuff. Then there's instant areas. All the main quests of the story are instance based, 1 to 3 players. There's 5-man dungeons, and then of course at the end game you have the 10-man raids. So it's a little bit of everything. You know, there's that Phantasy Star Online 2 and Monster Hunter feel, and then, you know, you have that open world like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, Neverwinter, Elder Scrolls kind of feel. It has a bit of everything, which, you know, makes it, and which is why I say that Skyforge is the most unique MMO I have personally ever played. This is probably the most unique out of all the MMOs I've tried. That includes Final Fantasy 14, Neverwinter, Destiny, Warframe, and all that stuff. It borrows elements from all these games, mixes them together, and makes one very good epic scene. Another place that Skyforge shines, and 2 specific places that I love. One is its customization. The fact that, you know, you're in this futuristic area. You're not even on the planet Earth. You're on a planet called Alien, which is it's like a beefed up version of Earth. It's just like Earth, you know, just more technically advanced and stuff like that. You know, there's not it's not like, you know, all super futuristic and spacey and everything. No, it's not you know, like Star Wars or Star Trek. You know, it's like being in a fantasy game. The customization and, you know, and the fact that, you know, you can do all that is really cool. All the clothing in this game is strictly cosmetic. Your gear is based on your gems, jewelry, your weapon, and your artifact. Everything else is purely customizable. It's awesome. You can dress like, you know, you're in our time in 2017 with a leather coat, jeans, a chain on, and, you know, and your great sword, your bow, or, you know, whatever you want to use. Then again, you know, you can look like a knight out of Dark Souls. You know, you can put on some Dark Knight armor or something like that. Then again, you know, you could look like, you know, you're wearing a bathing suit and going to the pool and, you know, throw some wings on your back or something, be a cute little fairy. There's so many different styles and combinations, but then again, where there's a good point, there's a bad point also. One thing that bothers me. Skyforge's character customization has some limits that really do irritate me. Like, for example, there's so much in-depth, you know, facial changes and stuff like that. You can work with the eyes, the eyebrows, the facial hair, you know, your cheekbones, everything. You can go in-depth with Dark Souls customization. But the hairstyles, hair colors, and little simple things are just so limited. If I want to, you know, have big blue spiky hair, you guys have tons of customization. Make the sky the limit. Stop putting these limits on there. The only thing that bugs me about Skyforge for the PlayStation 4, and, you know, Skyforge PC too, obviously, but I play on PS4, is the fact that, you know, it's such, you know, a technically advanced MMO, but there's so many stupid limitations on basic features. It's missing so many silly basic things that just should be there. That, you know, that are just there's no reason for them to be missing. There's no excuse for it. None whatsoever. The sound, great. The graphics, beautiful. You know, the open world itself, gorgeous. The way the game plays, it feels like an action RPG. It's like it's pure hack and slash. And I'm not talking, you know, just push a button, your move, you know, will cool down in a second. No, I'm talking button mashing hack and slash. I'm talking Tales games. I'm talking Kingdoms of Amalur. I'm talking Devil May Cry. I'm talking take your sword or your gun, shoot and slice as much as you want. Hack and slash, pure action RPG action. And it's great, and I love that. But the only thing that bugs me about this game is the little stupid limitations. The fact that you can't name your character. You're running around with your PlayStation ID showing on all characters. What? No text chat. Not many hairstyles and things. All these costumes and stuff y'all bring from events, but y'all give these little silly limitations. Why? Why? I don't get that. That's the only thing about this game that bothers me. And the thing is, right, and the reason I'm never going to say, that this game is bad, with simple patchworks and add-ons and additions and stuff like that, I know this game's going to evolve. I see the way it evolves. The way it harps on team play, the way, it has invasions built, and I haven't even got to talk to you guys about that. Invasions, another cool feature. Every 60 days, a new invasion by, a new race of enemies, whether it's mechanoids or, and stuff like that will come, they'll invade, the open world areas and stuff like that. You have to kill their avatar within a certain amount of time, and if you don't, your server itself experiences something called the Dark Age, meaning you don't have a choice but to be team friendly to your other players. This game has a godlike way of trying to push team play. That's awesome. And not only that, you have the Pantheon system, which is just a fancy name for guilds. There's guilds in the game. There's a section in it called the Academy, where it encourages you to recruit low-level players, because as those players level, you get extra bonuses as they rank themselves up in the Academy, which is for the newer players. That's awesome. The game has such an emphasis on team play. There's all these great features in it, but it just has so many small limitations that any normal MMO today should have. It's basic. Naming your character should be there. Text chat should be there. All these these little silly things. Now I understand they implemented voice chat into the game. That's fine, but text chat is just a simple feature that has been in MMOs since they started. There's no reason at all that shouldn't be there. So if Alep's Game, my.com, or anybody's watching this video, I highly encourage you to add text chat in as soon as you can. Skyforge for the PlayStation 4, it's a wonderful game, and I would honestly recommend it if you like any of the games I've compared it to. That includes Destiny, Warframe, Final Fantasy 14, Phantasy Star Online 2. Even borrows a few good elements from Neverwinter. If you like any of these games, I would recommend giving Skyforge for the PlayStation 4 or even for the PC an honest try, because it's a really good MMO, and like I said, it's the most unique MMO I personally have ever played. Now take that from me with a grain of salt, because I haven't played a ton of MMOs, but out of all the ones I've played, which are some really good ones, this one is the most unique. This is the most different, most cool concept I have seen yet today, and I will honestly stake everything on that. That's just my personal opinion, guys. I love Skyforge for the PlayStation 4, and I honestly recommend it for you guys too. I personally say that the $11.99 for the early access is worth it. Even though the working for the class system and everything like that, the leveling system, all that stuff is very grindy. But the game just gives you so much to do that it's really not worth complaining about. Me personally, I'm the kind of guy, I like to grind things out. If you're looking for an MMO that'll keep you busy for a long time, has tons and tons, of fun content to do and stuff to do with your friends and stuff like that, and especially, if you want to try an MMO out for the first time on console, this is it. I'm telling you guys, wonderful game. I would highly recommend it to any MMO fan in general, especially guys looking for it on console. If you don't want to pay for the early access, April 11th, 2017 is your day. Get on there, download it, guys. Give it a try. But if y'all enjoyed this video and it helped you out and gave you some better feelings about this game, smash that thumbs up button for me. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tanek127, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace out, take care.